It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are rolling right along. Man, I love these short weeks. We are already up to Wrasteling Wednesday. So we got some wrestling to talk about here, John, right after we thank all of our great sponsors, including Prescott Raceway. We love to recognize them out there. 5121 Highway 53 East got races going on every weekend. Check out the full schedule at PrescottRaceway.net. You can find them on Facebook or give them a call, 887-0336.
And we got ProMed Ambulance, 1-800-634-0436, serving Randolph, Lawrence, Ashley, Union, Dallas, and Calhoun County.
Absolutely, because it's better to have them and not need them
than need them and not have them.
Somebody else you want to have and instead of needing them when you don't have them or something like that is Sherwin-Williams House Paint. You get into that home project, what you want to do is you want to check with Greg Bradshaw and his staff before you start, 836-8125, because it'd be a whole lot easier just to do it right the first time than try to go back and fix it later.
Absolutely.
Go by and see him at 315 Jefferson Street.
And tell him we sent you.
Absolutely. Well, John, today's a big birthday.
Vincent James McMahon Sr.
Yeah, born 1915 on this date.
July the 6th, 1915, who created the spawn of Satan.
Vincent Kennedy.
That's your words.
McMahon.
Yeah. That's your words.
Yeah, I did say that.
You know, I watched the 2-hour documentary the other night about Chyna. And you know, it was disturbing.
Yeah.
It was disturbing. It was heartbreaking.
It was not a happy ending.
It was not a happy ending, and it was not a happy story. But it gave me a lot of insight, and anybody I'm sure that watched it, on just what the machine will do to you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it will chew you up and spit you out. When you are not any good to them anymore, they're through with you. And when they're using you, all they're doing is using you.
Yep.
And it was a sad story.
And to be fair, on two fronts. Number one, if you ever went back and watched the movie The Wrestler, it's not just the WWF. It is the wrestling industry that will chew you up and just spit you out and use you and be done with you if you're not careful. And
if you're not careful.
Yeah, if you're not
now,
careful.
It doesn't happen to everybody that way.
No. But also, Joni Laurer.
Yeah.
Who's went by the stage name Chyna. Goodness grief, she just seemed to have a tortured life right from the start. Was not accepted in high school. People made fun of her looks. Her parents didn't accept her for the way she was. I mean, unfortunately, she just had an uphill climb right from the get-go.
And, you know, she got out there and she worked hard and she done what she was asked to do. You know, she touched the brightest lights, you know, and then when it all went south, and she was left to pick up the pieces, and she couldn't do it.
Absolutely.
And it almost brought me to tears because it was such a sad story that it's just it's unbelievable that could be that way.
Well, and everybody likes that redemption story. Everybody likes the comeback or the rally for the win at the end, and that's what you thought was going to happen with Chyna. Like I said, she had such a rough childhood. She struggled for so much of her early life and everything, but then she hit it big. She was a big star in the WWF. She wasn't just the women's champion. She was wrestling and beating men. She had this big relationship with Triple H, who was one of the big bright stars coming up and everything looked like it was going great until all of a sudden it wasn't.
And her family, her sister was another heart. Her sister, she just pretty much distanced herself from her sister, and her sister was her biggest fan and her best friend. And the combination of the pills and the alcohol and the mental stability or instability, I should say, it took a toll on her. And I mean, it's a sad tale that I would recommend anybody watch if they want to know. A cautionary tale that I would recommend anybody watch if they want to know what it's really all about.
Absolutely. And, several bad decisions in there that, people have to take credit for. You gotta take ownership of. There was plenty of drugs, and there were plenty of other bad decisions and sex tapes and all that kind of stuff we don't even want to get into right here and everything. But like you said, it is a lifestyle that will turn you upside down real quick if you don't keep your feet on the ground.
And not everybody ends up that way.
No.
We've befriended some of our friends, with the New Hope Extreme Wrestling.
Absolutely.
These are people doing what they love. They're not doing it because they think they're going to get rich or be superstars. A lot of them are doing it because they love the business. They've got a normal life away from it. They do it as a sideline or as a hobby or something that they really love. But, it's just a sad. She had everything, seemingly, and then nothing at all. And it's a sad story that if you can watch it, it's on the Vice channel, and it replays pretty regular. And it's just the simple title of it's Chyna, Chyna. I recommend it. Anybody watch it if you want to see how it really works.
Yeah, on the other side of the bright lights, there is certainly a dark side of the ring. Hey, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today. But we'll be right back here tomorrow on the Next Best Thing to Friday. See you then, Johnny.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.